As I reflect on my experience in this course, I found course materials, particularly the assigned textbooks, to be highly engaging. One that stood out was the cyber psychology one, the study of individuals. I appreciated the way this book addressed topics that extended beyond a typical focus on social media or gendered conversations. In particular, I was intrigued by the sections that examined how the internet was influenced by human sexual behavior. The subject was both novel and thought provoking, and it had not been explored in depth in the previous courses that I have taken. Among the weekly discussions, the topic that most surprised me was when we were speaking about how different, diverse cultures or subcultures were, and how that was a intellectually stimulating. And what stood out was the stand culture, which is a phenomenal thing that I had never heard of and I never studied deeply into. In the research based off of that, it felt like I was learning more about the people around me, different things concerning myself, or just educating myself deeply on that. And I know that I highlighted in mine about Reddit, and it was really nice to explore, though the culture that they have on cosplay, and that cosplay is not something that people are trying to escape reality. It's just something that this is a different identity for them. When it came to like the week 6 discussion on supportive versus a dysfunctional online spaces, it made me feel that I needed to reflect on my own behavior that was in social media. And I had never previously considered that the different structural elements that contributed to the quality of how my online behavior and environment that I create. The discussion helped me think critically about the platforms I use and the factors that influence that. These discussions throughout the course, they helped shape me and direct it towards the capstone project that I do want to work on next semester. Initially, I intend to focus on people and online behavior and how they're able to conduct themselves from a psychological standpoint, kind of like what I do with my podcast. People being able to see themselves from, talking about their trauma or their hurt, their pain, their issues, whatever that may be, and going back and watching themselves. It inspired me to expand my project to include not only adults, but possibly children, because the youngest person I've had on my podcast was 15 years old, and he was able to express himself. And that was a really good, different way to approach the cyberspace and hear a young person's perspective on cyber, being on social media and interacting with his friends or whatnot. But overall, I felt like the course was really enriching and a great academic experience. The class discussions were consistently and they were engaging. The final reflection assignment was really good. I got the chance to write a comprehensive reflection rather than simply responding to my peers. It encouraged me to think more deeply about the weekly topics and their broader implications. The class structure helped me with learning and allowed me to synthesize the material more effectively. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this course and believe that it provided me with meaningful insights that will inform both my academic work and personal engagement in digital environments.